everybody, cause it's Corona times. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Books by Charcha. After a 2 week hiatus, we are back with one of my most anticipated episodes where we are going to discuss the independent bookstore scene. I'm so very lucky to be joined by Nirika from Champaka Bookstores, Bangalore.
Hi, Nirika. I'm so glad you decided to join me for this episode. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that I'm here talking to you. So thank you for thinking of me.
I really wanted to know about the indie bookstore scene. Basically, like as a book blogger, as a bibliophile, I feel most of them feel that they want to know more about the independent bookstore scene. And Champaka just came to my mind because the way it has risen from I guess it opened last year only in 2019. Yeah, and the way it came up on the whole independent bookstore and how vibrant and beautiful and just quirky is it. Like, it just shouts millennial, I feel, like very Gen Z millennial, I feel. Because it has got that whole cafe thing also. So, how are you associated with Champaka and how does your day look like?
So I joined as an intern last year in September. And at that point, I was just sort of participating in everything because I also have been sort of interested in the indie book scene for a really long time. And it's a bookstore, a cafe, and a children's library. And at that point, when I joined, the children's library was just getting launched as a lending library. So initially, when I joined, that was where a bulk of my time and work and energy had gone. And since then, I just sort of joined as an intern and then never left. So now I do a little bit of everything. We all do a little bit of everything. We're quite a small team. So all of us work in curation. We work with kids that come into the library. We recommend books to people. We organize events. So it's a pretty full day. And interestingly, you did mention that we're very millennial. But our age group of customers is a really wide range. So we have across the board. It's a lot of women. Our customer base is mostly women, but it's quite a amazing range across it.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Champaka, like bookstore, cafe, a library also, as you said? That sounds absolutely amazing.
So the idea of it, so Bangalore has quite a few bookstores and quite a lovely book community as well. So the idea with Champaka is that one thing is that you can never have too many bookstores. And we see ourselves as filling a specific niche. So we do highly curated books. We make sure that they're diverse. We try to stock mostly books that, because we don't stock many books. So all our sections are tightly curated and we focus on areas that we think are underrepresented. So parts of the world that are underrepresented, authors that are underrepresented, and even topics. So we always have a feminist shelf, we always have a caste shelf, and we always have an ecology shelf because the founder, Radhika, used to work in ecology. So it's a little bit of things that we think are neglected and deserve attention, as well as things that we personally are interested in, and then we just tend to stock more of that and recommend it more to people. And with the library and the cafe, it's kind of similar ideas. So the cafe is part of the experience of reading. So you can come and sit and have a coffee and look through our shelves, and it forms this environment that you can come and hang out with us. And our children's library is kind of, we all believe that reading is something that just brings you joy, and we would really love to bring that to kids. So our children's library currently is quite small, but even in the curation of those books, we keep in mind the same things that we do with the books for sale. So the same kind of diversity and the same, just a breadth of topics. And hopefully we'll be able to expand that to a more of a community library space in the future.
That's pretty amazing. Like inculcating that reading habit from childhood. That's amazing. So, okay, I don't know if it's a controversial question, but what is the best and worst part of working in a bookstore?
That's okay. That's actually relatively easy to answer. I've thought about it a lot. The best part to me is when people I recommend books to come back and tell me they love them.
Oh my God, yeah.
The most exciting feeling. Also because now that we've been open a year, there's regular customers that you get to know. So a lot of our time when when customers come in is just having conversations with them about, they're not customers, they're friends. So having conversations with them about books they loved and books we loved, and that interaction is amazing. The worst thing is that it's a difficult job in that, like, it's a lot of work being put in, and we are up against, especially now that we're online and now that we had to rethink our strategies when we closed our physical space. We have to sort of think about how we can survive. Pretty much like the question often with us is how can we survive? Because every day is that kind of like struggle. And especially with the lockdown, we had to close. We have to constantly be innovative and interesting and find new ways to talk about books and reach people that we think will like the books that we talk about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's
True.
It's only the worst part in that it's a uphill battle, but that's the work, and we're very excited to do it.
So, which have been some of so like as you said, you have started shipping across India. So, like, which have been some of the most requested books, or like genre-wise, if you can say, like, which has been the most requested genre?
That's a good question. So we've actually seen a pretty clear trend, which is that the books that go the most are the ones that we've been talking about non-stop online.
Okay.
So that's quite nice again, because it's clearly like all about enthusiastic gushing. Trick Mirror, yeah, that's our most requested.
Exhaustion also, I guess.
Yeah, exhalation all the time. But also, since lockdown started, I think we've seen most people request romance and crime.
Okay.
Which is pretty interesting.
Spending every day like with the same people, I can understand why they requested crime.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I see, like, as a book, as a bibliophile, and as many people I feel who want to support indie bookstore but are not able to monetarily because many have lost their jobs and everything. So how, like, can you give us some like advice on how we can support indie bookstores non-monetarily? Is there any way to support them?
That's a good question. I think that for us, even if people aren't able to support us with money, it's very reassuring for us to keep going when we know that there's a community that we're building that appreciates what we do and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, and we're also very aware that people aren't necessarily able to, especially at this time, afford the kind of things we're putting out. So we do have quite a few free events, and we're trying to make our costs as low as possible for customers. But it's difficult. We get that. But yeah, so we do a lot of things that are outside of just selling books, I guess. So we do curate our events, and we have a lot of free events. And we're also doing a lot of writing now. So we have a blog that we have pretty regular blog posts about. And we also just really love to have conversations with our community. So even just like dropping us a DM on Instagram is probably going to make all of us smile.
That's awesome. So what are some things, like some new things Champaka is coming up with? Any other new things?
Those are the two big things we've been trying to do, which is that now that we are able to have events online, people outside of Bangalore can come to them, which is very exciting for us because we didn't have that before. So now that possibility is really interesting. So we're planning our events carefully as always, but we're very excited about them because they're books that we love and conversations that we're excited about having. The subscription box is actually like the thing we're most interested in, like excited about that we've launched, because we're also tying it to two things that we've never tried before, but we're very excited about, which is a Champaka book community and a book club. So the book community is an online forum where anyone who subscribes to an advanced plan can be in sustained conversations with each other about the books we're reading. So that's really exciting, because then it's like sort of this little community, and we're continuously talking about what we're liking or disliking about the books that we're reading. And at the end of the month, we have a book club meeting for those subscribers with literary critic Shomak Ghoshal. So that's also a really exciting part of what we're doing with the book box.
So like I've got like a 4, 5, 6 basically moods according to them. If you can recommend some books, so should we start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So a book that you'll recommend for a rainy day with a hot cup of
Thing. There's a
Yeah,
book.
sure.
There's a series called The Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden.
Yeah, The Bear and the Nightingale.
The Bear and the Nightingale. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think is perfect for that kind of weather. So it's
Okay.
really like lush description, and I always feel like I need to be wrapped up in a blanket when I'm reading it. So I think that's
Okay. So a book to make you cry. People really ask for those kind of books. Like, please recommend me something that will make me cry. Even I do that. Like, I have no clue is it narcissistic thing or what. But like, yeah, a book you will suggest that will make you cry.
the book that made me cry the most in my life was A Little Life.
Oh, Hanya
Hanya Yanagihara. Yeah, it absolutely broke me. But I find it very hard to recommend to people because it's a very, very difficult book. But it's absolutely stunning. Like, I found it so beautiful and so moving and so well written. But it made me sob. Like, for 1 week while I was reading it, I was just crying.
So, what would you suggest for a warm hug feels kind of book?
Yeah, I guess I'm moving into books like children's books here because that's like my comfort reading. But the Phantom Toll book, it's the
I've heard of
sweetest
it.
book. Oh, it's just wonderful. It's so well written. It's so clever at literally any age you read it. Because I read it first when I was like tiny, like 8 or something like that. And I've pretty much gone back to it every year because it's just so much fun and so.
But like, so what would you suggest a book to when you want to leave this planet? Like, I feel everyone wants to do that at this moment, but like, yeah, but you can't because Elon Musk has made like it's not possible for everyone. But like, what would you suggest like to get lost and leave this planet?
So there's a trilogy by Becky Chambers called The Wayfarers Trilogy. And she might be writing more, so I guess it might not be a trilogy anymore. The first book is called The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet.
Okay.
They're fantastic.
Okay, so the last is basically a wild card deck, but as you said, you have been recommending a lot of crime and crime books these days, like people wanting to read crime books. So a book that you recommend in that scenario.
Okay. I actually have my absolute favorite one right here with me. It's Tana French's In the Woods.
Oh, is there a show on this?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Dublin one. Yeah. Okay.
She is probably my favorite author.
Okay.
So this book and her second book, The Likeness, are just fantastic. So she writes very character-driven crime. So I guess it's a little bit of an experiment for people who generally read crime because she kind of challenges the genre in a way.
Thank you so much for doing this.
No problem. Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you had a lot of fun because we definitely did. I hope this was an invigorating session for y'all and it satiates every bibliophile curiosity out there. I hope you do join us for the next episode. Until next time, drink enough water and read some great books. Bye.